Hi guys, I've spoken to Steve Bray, the anti-Brexit man, on a number of occasions. I haven't had the privilege to meet him in person, but perhaps in the future. But whether you like Steve or not, what he was doing during the Brexit saga was something that Parliament was not. Holding Tory MPs and ministers' feet to the fire over the lies they spread about Brexit in order to get it over the line. Brexiteer Andrea Jenkyns, who's no longer an MP, spoke to Jeremy Vine where she blamed giving the finger to the public on Steve Bray. Then she attempted to justify the action, which was pretty pathetic. Have a listen.
Would you want to go back for another seat again or not?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel quite relieved to be out of it.
Yeah, but there's a famous photo. You won't mind us showing this.
No.
In fact, I don't think
I know which one you're going to show, Jeremy.
I know. Well, I've seen it on social media, but I think it's a video we can see. Look, let's have a look here. And you were cross and you stuck your middle finger up. We can't show that, so we've pixelated your finger.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
So there we are.
Do you want to tell you the background?
No, I know. Go on, remind me what happened.
Okay. Well, it was Steve Bray, the big Remainer guy.
Yes.
He'd been hounding me for about 5 years, even when my little one was in his pram with a big megaphone. Boris Johnson was making his resignation speech. He was there with his big megaphone, and I thought, I'd had enough of him.
Do you know this Steve Bray guy, Gemma?
I do.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah.
Well, I think he's funny.
But
But you've probably not been subjected to him for 5 years, though, have you?
No, I haven't, but I kind of, I understand why he was so angry. And he represented a lot of people who feel the same.
So his thing was he hangs around Westminster and he basically chases after Brexiteers. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's played like Benny Hill music outside the conference.
Oh, that was him.
The Darth Vader music outside the
very
conference.
aggressive, though.
What I understand
It's very
is
aggressive.
absolutely, if I was with one of my children, and I don't believe anybody should be like right in your face, I understand that. I don't like aggressive behaviour towards anybody, but I would say in Steve's thing, most of the time his behaviour isn't aggressive.
No, but you don't see him every Wednesday. I saw him every Wednesday. He's always aggressive. It's just not a nice man.
What he wants is for you to do. I won't do it. He wants you to do that. He got you there because he wants you to.
But
to,
you know the bizarre
to
thing,
react.
Jeremy, is that all my friends said, Andrew, you don't even swear. And what made you do that? And I don't know. Actually,
Yeah.
it was just sheer frustration with the idiot of Steve Bray, to be honest.
Notice she said every Wednesday. Not every day. Steve didn't follow her around. He didn't go into supermarkets when she was going to the supermarket with her children or with her family. He didn't harass her husband or partner or whatever. It was on a Wednesday when she was in the House of Commons. Like I've said this before, politicians, Steve Bray is not an aggressive person. You can look at and I challenge anyone to find a video where Steve Bray is aggressive. He's challenging. He asks people questions. But see, the problem is for these Brexiteers is that they sold Brexit on the basis of lies. So of course they're not going to sit down with Steve Bray and answer his questions because it would expose them as liars. They can't answer his questions. It's impossible for them to maintain a narrative of truth if they're answering questions about Brexit, because it would all fall apart. They're saying, well, no, we're telling the truth about Brexit. When a few simple questions would expose that as a lie. Now, once again, he's not following people around. He's not calling you up. He's not turning up at your house. He was challenging you at your workplace. Now, he can't get into Parliament. He's not allowed. So he asked people on the street. As you're walking down the street, like you're not inviting him in. And you could have easily sat down with him and said, look, let's have a chat, Steve. 5 minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes and we'll have a chat about Brexit. But they didn't. Angela Jenkyns wouldn't do it. Lee Anderson wouldn't do it. Mark Francois wouldn't do it. And it wasn't just about Brexit. It was also about corruption within the Conservative Party. Whenever he asked questions about corruption, they would run away. Or they would insult him. Or they would assault him by, in one case, trying to push him down the stairs. Steve was not aggressive. The people reacting to him were, on some occasions, or they ran away, instead of actually challenging him, speaking to him, but they wouldn't. Steve was doing what Parliament was not doing, holding the Tories' feet to the fire, holding Brexiteers' feet to the fire. Remember, Brexiteers lied in order to get their project across the line, telling people that, we'll have lots of money for the NHS, or we're not going to affect workers' rights or standards or anything like that. All lies. Somebody had to challenge it. Parliament wasn't doing it, and the media wasn't doing it. So Steve took it upon himself, well, I'm going to challenge the Tories, not just on Brexit, but on corruption as well. And of course, instead of engaging with him, they insult him, call him an idiot, call him aggressive, when he's neither of those things.